Welcome to the Rebecca Valadez podcast. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, you hit the like button, you share it with all your friends, and also you want to hit that bell over here to let you know when notifications are coming in. You don't want to miss one episode. Not one. Serious. I'll find you. Hi, welcome to the Rebecca Valadez show. I am Rebecca Valadez because if I wasn't, this would be really weird. This is my introduction to what's going to be a series of podcasts where I interview celebrities, music producers, Tejano music artists, and we talk about just basic things to get you all wild up. I started my career out in the earliest thing that you might have seen me on television would have been back way back in 1991. I was on Star Search with Ed McMahon. Lots of other famous people made it onto Star Search, but those famous people went on to be famous people. I went on to be something. We'll get to that later. Anyways, I was on Star Search with Ed McMahon, and I sang in Spanish for the very first time. And if you know anything about being Hispanic and living in South Texas and having any kind of vocal quality, you'll know that that means from that point on, you're going to have to sing Tejano music, which is exactly what happened to me. So I think a lot of people were under the misconception that since I had such a long and illustrious Tejano music career, that it was something that I sought out in the beginning, and that I've always been a huge lover of Tejano music. And I've always had an appreciation for the music, but it's something that I stumbled into at the age of 11. With being forced to sing in Spanish on International Star Search with Ed McMahon. After that, I got picked up by one of the largest Tejano music bands of all time. And that's saying a lot because back when I got picked up in the 90s, Selena was still alive. And of course, her career is still alive today. Selena Quintanilla Perez, we were all gracing the same stages for the same audience sizes. I mean, the band that I was with, they were called Grupo Mas. If you've never heard of Grupo Mas, Joe Lopez was the front man. Jimmy Gonzalez was the producer. And they were just so huge. And I had no idea who they were at that time. I was 13 or 14 years old when I found out that they were looking for somebody to sing in their band. And I was completely out of my element. But I had this ability to sing in Spanish, which was forced upon me. No, I'm just kidding. You should probably learn a second language. It'll benefit you no matter what. I didn't know Spanish because basically my family has been living in Texas before it was Texas. We came from Spain, specifically the Canary Islands, and we came in the late 1770s. And my family actually helped build the San Fernando Cathedral. So we have a lot of history here in this area. So I don't know how many generations that we've been here, but nobody ever bothered to teach me Spanish. It didn't happen. And I lived 30 minutes north of San Antonio in a little place called Bulverde, Texas. And it just wasn't a language that we spoke a lot. So I never had the opportunity to learn that second language. But I grew up here in South Texas, and I have an appreciation for the music and the culture of which I grew up in. And so naturally, I was going to sing Tejano music. And I did that with Grupo Mas. We toured all over the place, won some Grammys. And then I went off to do my own thing, moved to California, and I auditioned to do this tour. And it was for Janet Jackson. It was for Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson is probably like the biggest star of all time, excluding the fact that she's Michael Jackson's little sister. She's freaking phenomenal. She's got an amazing body. She could gain and lose weight as she pleases, like it's freaking magic, and it probably is. But that was the greatest year of my life. I literally went from touring with Grupo Mas and doing the whole local thing, because there's only so far you can get at Tejano music, to getting paid to travel all over the world. We played for the Sultan of Brunei. I didn't even know who the Sultan of Brunei was before I met her. Like, who the heck is that guy? I still have no clue, but I'm like, I met that dude. Just royalty. We met royalty. We met royal families, and it was badass. So I took a little bit of that and then utilized that career and the Grammys that I won to start producing vocals on various TV shows. I've worked with AABC and CBS, the Disney Channel. I've done a lot. And after everything, I came back here to raise my children. Finally met the man of my dreams, and we got busy. And we had babies. Like, I wasn't going to just let him walk away. I put it in writing. Yeah, I have all these questions because of the experiences that I've had. I've had these, I've been able to simultaneously hear my song being played on the radio while watching my daughter's volcanic poo-poo just drain out the sides of her diaper. Like literally at the exact same moment this was going on. It was so surreal. And I just thought to myself, how in the dickens am I gonna manage to do both? Do I wanna do both? And I do. I wanna do both, but I really wanna hear from other people and what their experience was like. Another thing that I probably should have brought up, 2 weeks after my very first daughter was born, my mom passed away. So for those of you who have had babies, grandparents are a must. Whether you like your parents or not, you're going to want to have them around to babysit your children for free. That's free childcare right there. Free childcare, of which I no longer have available to me. And of course, I miss my mom so much, and she would have loved my kids. One of them looks just like her, but dark. My mom was blonde with green eyes, so it's so weird watching her grow up, and she just makes these weird faces and it looks just like my mom. And it's wonderful, but it's also hella sad at the same time. So I just have all these questions, and I know I'm not necessarily going to get answers, but at least I'll know that I'm not the only one out there going through these sort of things. I'm not the only entertainer in the world who has kids. I'm not the only person in the world who's lost a parent. I'm not the only comedian in the world who has to deal with really sad shit. Like, we've all gone through something. Somebody always dies. And if we can just come together and have an open discussion about all this stuff, maybe we can get past it, and maybe we can start getting to the fun and start enjoying life again. And so instead of just always looking for this shit. Okay? So tune into this channel, and we'll go through shit together, and we'll take all the bad shit out and just put in the good shit. I'm talking about the volcanic shit that comes out of your child's diaper. That was one of the best moments of my life so far. I know. It's disgusting. We had to throw her, and my husband had her right here on his lap, and he was just looking lovingly into her eyes and like, oh, I'm so happy and I'm a dad for that. That's not how he talks, but oh, I'm so happy and I'm a dad for the first time. And then just bright yellow mustard colored shit. Like it went all the way up and came out the top of her onesie, like up to her neck. So get ready for that, moms who think they're just going to be so cool. It's going to be just like an Instagram. It's not. It's a lot of shit. Here. I'm so sorry. But parents need to let that out. Anyways, but yeah, we had to put everybody in the shower and just wash it all down. I videotaped the whole thing. I wouldn't share that with you because my husband will divorce me. But yeah, I mean, you got questions. I don't have answers, but I'll find it. Okay, so you know now at this point that I gave up the mic for mommyhood, a thing that I don't regret. On Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, the rest of the week, I definitely regret it. But that's okay. It's okay to regret things. It's okay to change your mind as long as you're always fixing that. Okay, we're in this together. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of me. I am going to judge you, but like in a good way. Yes, I'm going to judge you and then I'm going to post it on the internet for everybody to see, but that's fun. That's how life is. It's 2021, bitches. So just go with it. Just let me do this to you. Yeah, so let's talk about that, that Latino machismo. I am married to a Latino. I think he's a closeted machismo. I think he's a machismo, but he doesn't want to let it show, because if he did, I would be out the door. Maybe I would. Maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know these things. I don't have the answers. You can't say, oh, if this bus was about to fly off the cliff, I would jump off. I don't know if I would or not. I might be too freaking scared to do that. Maybe I'll stay on the bus. Maybe I'll want to know how exhilarating it is to fly up. No, I just don't know. You don't know. You can't say beforehand if it's going to happen or not. You just have to go with the flow. So, but I think my husband is probably a little bit of machismo. He's from El Salvador. Who knows where that is? I didn't. Yeah, I thought it was like a town in Mexico somewhere. Yeah, I was like closeted racist to my husband because I thought he was Mexican. Turns out he's from Central America. And he's very sexy. He looks like one of those Mayan god um, flags, you know, with the feathers and stuff. And I kind of wanted to buy him a loincloth and like a jaguar helmet thing with a spear like that, you know, except he would look like a Mayan god, and I would look like the fat chick next to him that they didn't even bother to sacrifice because I wasn't even good enough, right? So like if I tried to fit into one of those costumes that those women wore, it would have just covered my nipples. It wouldn't have even covered everything. I would have just been falling out the top and had the bottom boob, which is actually in now. Okay. Thank you, Cardi B, because bottom boob is a thing now. Thank you. And she's a Latina. Have you ever heard her speak Spanish? It's fucking awesome. It is. I wanted to learn Spanish when I heard her speak Spanish. I've never wanted to learn Spanish more. I want to have a full-on conversation with Cardi B and just be like, and I can't do it because I don't speak Spanish as well as Cardi B. But I'm willing to learn. Just for that. Just so I can brumsky her and then just strike up a conversation. But brumsky first. Get that in there right out the gate. Yeah, I said it. It's okay. I like women. I like to look at them. Shit. Maybe I should cut that out. Yeah, don't tell my husband I said any of this. Just strike that. I don't like girls. Okay, so I think you've heard enough from me, and I don't want to spoil any future conversations. I just want you to know that I am here for you whenever you need me. I am going to be your guide through this crazy world of industry and parenthood and being Latina. Because I've always been the outsider, even in my own backyard here at the Tejano industry, because of the experiences I had. So now I'm an outsider in a podcast industry. So let's just do this together. Let's get together. Let's go through the motions and ask the questions that need to be asked. And I promise it's not going to be what you think. The answer is never what you think. So come on down. Becky's Backyard. Make you feel good. Hey you, I bet you thought the podcast was over, but it's not. I just want to make sure that you know that I'm not just a podcaster, I'm a singer too, and I've got some really great music that you can download at my website, RebeccaValadez.com. That's RebeccaValadez.com.